Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. This is Something Saturday where we talk about something we didn't get to talk about the rest of the week, and today we have to talk about a movie called Totally Killer. We're going to do a non-spoiler review of Totally Killer, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so the movie Totally Killer is a 2023 movie, and it is from Blumhouse. Produced by Jason Blum under the Blumhouse Television banner, it deals with both time travel and slashers. Something that should be pretty awesome, but doesn't really seem to go together. Although with this nostalgic vibe that the world seems to be in lately, we are getting more and more of these style of horror films. Films either that bring back that nostalgic feeling of times gone by, or films that actually take place there. And this one, dealing with time travel, kind of manages to do both. It starts off in present day with a girl who doesn't think she gets along with her parents. And of course, her name is Jamie Hughes, which is a play on Jamie Lee Curtis as well as John Hughes. Both of those things are kind of vibes you get within the movie of things they are paying homage to. And then there's, of course, the Back to the Future references. The Back to the Future references sometimes seem like they go too far. They focus on the fact of how confusing time travel is and deal with people not knowing what Back to the Future is. This is a joke that lands sometimes and doesn't other times. However, they tend to make up their own rules in terms of time travel the way movies often do. This leads to them being able to do whatever they want later on down the road in the movie. But I'm not going to give you any spoilers here. Just know that in present day, this serial killer known as the Sweet 16 Killer has re-emerged. This Sweet 16 Killer would stab his victim 16 times. And then one day, he just vanished. All of a sudden in present day, he reemerges. Now, who exactly is the killer? Well, her mom may in fact be on the killer's radar, be on the killer's list. The killer could have in fact come back to kill her. In a bid to save her mom from events that transpire, she talks to one of her friends who has invented a time machine. And that's where the fun of this movie begins. The time machine, of course, works, and she finds herself back in time in 1987. Very much like the movie Back to the Future, she gets to meet her parents as well as everyone she knows at her school. All the adults in the school and the town, they're all there. And she figures that she has to alter history in order to save her mom and all these other victims from this serial killer. Time travel kind of goes out the window in this movie in terms of what you should and shouldn't do. Of course, you shouldn't alter history, but we all know in time travel movies that this is not going to last very long. And that's kind of what makes this movie fun, is that some of the time when they told you exactly how events transpire, throw all that out the window because you really don't know what's going to happen in this movie. It takes every chance it can to pay homage to Back to the Future and John Hughes. And that's what gives it its nostalgic vibe. It's also what gives a lot of the jokes their ability to work. The movie is definitely not for kids, as a lot of the humor is very adult humor. But if you are looking for a nice throwback movie, something that gives you that vibe, that nostalgic feeling. This movie manages to do that sometimes. It actually succeeds on some levels. The killer's mask is kind of hilarious because it's meant to kind of resemble the 80s. To me, it kind of looked like Johnny Bravo. I couldn't get it out of my mind after that for the entire movie. And you're welcome, by the way, for that. You are welcome. Because now you probably won't be able to unsee that as well. It's a very Johnny Bravo or Max Headroom style mask that the killer is walking around in. But everything about this movie that should work, it works some of the time. The actors and actresses in the movie do a solid job. The comedy timing is there, and the kills themselves are violent. When you think of this killer stabbing these people 16 times, it really does become as brutal as it sounds. There is a lot of gore when they do have gore in the movie, but it does lean more into the comedy. So if you're not looking for anything heavy and you kind of want that old throwback type of movie that gives you those nostalgic vibes, you could do a lot worse than this movie. If you're looking for something more horrifying and more gory, you might not want to check it out. Like I said, the kills work when they work and they do have gore, but there are times when this movie just takes the comedy farther than it takes anything else. In fact, that's 99% of the movie is more comedy than horror, and it leans into that a lot more. Overall, I think it was a good movie, and I'd give it a solid 4 stars. I think it was fun enough to earn those 4 stars. Well, maybe I was feeling a bit nostalgic when I watched the movie. Just kind of getting those 80s vibes. But I want to know what you guys think. Alright everybody, we want to know what you guys think, so make sure you leave us a comment in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Make sure you hit that like button as hard as you can. It's free, it helps the channel, and we appreciate it. Then Miko says we need more subscribers, and Miko would not lead you wrong, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.